Welcome to Lesson 3, Step 3. How big can I print? Using a photo's resolution in pixels, we're going to figure out the maximum printing dimensions for your photo. Of course, this doesn't mean that you need to or want to print as big as you could, but you do need to know the maximum so that you don't accidentally set your heart on a photo size that is just too big for your photo's resolution. So I recommend having one of the photos that you want to print ready because you'll be using that and its resolutions to calculate today. So I'm going to use that great photo from Albert Droz that we looked at together in Step 2 for my calculations, that beautiful Italian photo. But so before we get started, I want to clarify that we're going to be talking about digital photo resolution in this step. And that's slightly different than resolution that printers use when printing photos. The terms PPI, pixels per inch, and DPI, dots per inch, are used interchangeably, but that's not quite accurate. We're not going to stress about it, but it is good to know the difference. PPI is used for digital images, and it's what we're going to be talking about in this lesson. DPI is used for printing, and as long as you order your prints from a quality printer, you really shouldn't need to worry about it at all. Exposure prints at 2400 DPI. So thinking back to those pixels that we looked at when we zoomed in on that Italian picture, when that digital photo is transformed into a photo print, exposure is not going to print it at 1 dot per pixel. There will be many printed dots that fill up 1 pixel. But what we need to worry about is the PPI. For photo wall prints, because you're going to be looking at them from much further away than you would a smaller photo, the PPI doesn't need to be as high. At Exposure, we've done many photo tests and have determined that photo prints that are going to hang on the wall should have a minimum photo resolution of 80 ppi. When you view a photo with 80 ppi from at least a yard or a meter away or more, the photo will look good. Of course, you can also print at 100 ppi or higher, but at 80, it's enough. So that's what I'm going to use to calculate how to turn that great photo into a wall print. The Italian photo that we looked at together, that was 3200 by 4800 pixels. So here comes the math. You take each side and you divide by 80 pixels per inch. So that means I'm going to take 3200 and divide by 80 pixels per inch. That gives me 40 inches. That's the maximum for that side. So then I'm going to take 4800 and divide that by 80 pixels per inch, and I get 60. So that's 40 by 60 inches, and that's the maximum that I can print that photo at. That's big. Bigger than the one I have behind me even. But I can also print it at any smaller size than that. So I have a lot of options, which is good because I have a lot of different places that would look great in my house with a photo like that. So go ahead and use the resolution of your photos to calculate just how big you can print. You'll be that much closer to getting your great photos on the wall. We're done with Lesson 3, but there's still a lot more. In Lesson 4, we'll get into photo ratios and how they can affect your composition and your wall art. So I'll see you there, and until then, crop it like it's hot.